Okay. Well, again, welcome. So what we're doing now is trying to give a kind of an overview of why we're here and what has happened. And there's talk about a concept called TOPCE, which is training osteopathic primary care educators. And giving you a bit of a background, what we're doing is not something new, but in the overview, I'm going to kind of look at the need for the profession, and we'll get more to this later. We'll look at a timeline, how we've developed, looking to develop a major training program. What I'm really pleased is what a collaborative effort this is, the concept and goal, what audience we're looking for this, the model we've done, the curriculum, the challenges and opportunities that go along with this. Why we're here is because we look at faculty level, there's always a need. The osteopathic profession has a much higher need. One of those is because as a profession, we are growing at a rate that is unprecedented. We have a very unique element, our osteopathic concepts. We can import things from our allopathic colleagues in many ways. We cannot import our unique osteopathic concepts. And we need to train faculty that really get it and can do something that permeates these osteopathic concepts. We looked at developing a primary care kind of focused faculty development program. And because that's because the profession is. It is more of a primary care focus, but it's not exclusionary to people with specialty area. But with that, we wanted to truly incorporate the osteopathic principles and practices with that. And we went through a number of needs assessments at multiple meetings, multiple groups, to really see what's the best way to do this. This is, as we say in education, a busy slide you shouldn't have. But the idea is that really this happened about 5 years ago as Ken Johnson was the president of the American Academy of Osteopathy and really kind of initiated this. The Academy and said, we really have an obligation to the profession to create a unique faculty development program for the profession. And we initially called it Center of Osteomedical Medical Education, and we are see that terminology may be changing in the future, but we presented that concept, the AOA leadership, in January 2008. So we took a few years. Evelyn, Schwalenberg, myself were assigned to lead kind of a group with the Academy to help present that to them. At that time, the AOA had their faculty development task force, and they asked us to basically create a AOA task force out of that, and under the auspice of ACOM. One of the most important things to do with this is a program that is not owned by any one entity. We want it to be a program for the profession. It would not be held under one group or another group. It was for the profession. ACOM was ideal because it is dedicated to the profession as a whole. That led to the next few years of tremendous strategic development, needs assessment, curriculum, looking at all the organizations under the direction of ACOM, bringing everyone together. And then we went to the big step. We went for a very aggressive grant in the spring of 2010 for HRSA. We got every major organization involved in education in the profession, every primary care organization, the board, all together, letters of support, and that was, a lot of work, we put it through. We ended up getting approved, but like many of our colleagues, we didn't get funded. And it would have been funded levels that, the grant level we had the previous years, but we didn't. One element we wanted to do is, he said, we have an opportunity now. We feel we have a very good program, even though we didn't get that. But one piece we want to develop is we wanted to create products. We also wanted to show the profession we're there for the profession. We presented at the AOA meeting themselves in October. It did a faculty development program. We also presented something with the American Academy of Osteopathy's program, and here with the AODME and AOA meeting, we've also put together this program we're part of right now. And that right now we're looking at the next grant cycle. We're looking at other funding opportunities because we want to make this come live. Again, I mentioned this collaborative. It was the AOA, the Academy, ACOM with ECOP, the AODME group, the deans themselves, the key primary care organizations with family practice, internal medicine, and pediatrics, and the board was behind us. The concept, we wanted to have an academic education program, and it was really modeled after successful programs in other primary care disciplines. University of Massachusetts, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, National Institute of Program Director Development. All these are well-known and well-developed faculty development programs. We also, in the allopathic world, we also looked at this as that they had some great things, but what they didn't have, and we need as a profession, was one that took these elements and completely integrated osteopathic concept. We wanted to focus on primary care because, again, that's the focus of the profession and NMOMM. So our goals is we wanted to develop faculty, we wanted to develop leaders, we wanted to develop people that valued education and doing that. We wanted to look at how do we enhance the osteopathic presence, a unique element that we have in all of our programs, from the day someone walks into osteopathic medical school to they graduate from a fellowship program themselves. We wanted to look, there's something uniquely academic about the osteopathic concepts, and we wanted to make sure that that was permeated through the whole period of the training, again, from undergraduate to postgraduate. We also reached out. We wanted to see all the benefits of the profession. There's other wonderful things in the profession that are going on. Master Medical Education programs at UNE and at LECOM, Master of Health Management at AT Still University, other places, Western University. So multiple sites throughout the country, and tied into those. We also looked at the Cost Institute, which has been a wonderful training ground for program directors, chairmen, deans, and tie people in with that, and the health policy fellowship. This would lead into those as well. So we wanted to create a curriculum for each kind of section. We wanted to look at primary care, osteopathic physicians. We looked at about 20 participants we felt for each class. We looked at a kind of core cadre of faculty with themselves and guest faculty that would come in and would help with this. We wanted to use multiple learning formats. We're going to have people for about 4 meetings throughout the year, and we're going to have them for several days, and we've got to keep people awake. So we wanted to make sure we had multiple formats that would help them engage that. And we also wanted to tie it in to help people if they wanted to pursue other things, go into master's level training and to get some credit for that. We felt it's important that we had it as osteopathic physicians. We wanted to make sure that they had a residency background themselves. They were able to attend all the sessions we were putting in. And this wasn't a light program. As Evelyn and I were kind of putting this together and through this and working with ACOM and Tyler Cymet, we kind of felt that this was very important. This is a year-long commitment. They're going to have a lot of work between these sessions. Now, let's go for a few days. I'll see you in several months. It is really a full-year commitment, a lot of assignments. And there's a scholarly project that would benefit the home site to be part of that. So our target was we were looking at, mostly at primary care, some of the OMM departments, postgraduate training, and also in the schools. So we had, and that also benefit. When you look at major grant funding areas, that's where, they're giving it because that's where the need is. So we were helping to fill the need for the profession itself. And we saw many people, from junior faculty, even seasoned individuals that would be helpful but have not had extra academic training or didn't get that perspective to look at it. And we're open and also that this, even though we have primary care focus, that this could lead itself to also people in other specialty in other areas as well. So our idea, again, was using 4 sessions for a 1-year period, 3 to 4 days per session. The first and the fourth session would kind of overlap to kind of save costs and also give exposure one cadre to the other cadre themselves. We looked at starting in August at ACOM. We're going to tie a few of the major meetings, the AOA themselves, kind of major meeting themselves, the Academy's convocation, as well as back in August at ACOM. And that would give us enough time for them to do the activities they were doing. There were 4 major areas we centered this around. One was teaching and learning, scholarship and curriculum, professional enhancement, communication, and leadership development. We tried to have it so that throughout each of these sessions, these elements would have different programs with them that we built throughout the whole period of time. And the goals, we were looking at them. We had people with good educators. We wanted them to start developing scholar activity. We also wanted to avoid what many of us fear in areas of academics is burnout and helping people go through it. Previous data showed in other programs, when the Family Medicine Group developed the National Institute of Program Director Development, they had before they initiated, the average life expectancy to be an ACGME Family Program Director was about 3 years. After they instituted it, they extended it to more than 6 years, and beyond. And so what that shows is there's been examples in the past where interventions educationally have also given the skill set to people to help with that. We wanted to give that skill set. But again, with each one of these areas, we wanted to have a perspective, a unique osteopathic perspective. So the opportunities, we wanted to provide, again, that profession with the focus and intervention we needed to meet the needs of, again, our unique osteopathic things. And we were very pleased with this process, how unified the profession was coming behind this. And that was important. Everyone, we put down here, everyone's at the table. That was important. This is an apolitical thing. This is for the profession. The challenge is this is not cheap. It was a $7 million grant that we went in, but it was a very major one. Our goal was over the course of 5 years to have minimally 2 people from every OPT, 2 people from every school. We wanted to have a program that would benefit everyone as equally as we could. And we wanted to make sure that the other thing is time. Time is becoming really challenging. When people participate, we wanted to make sure their home site would grant them a little protected time so that we were giving them things that honestly had time to do. So, we've had to go through. We're looking at grant support, but if we didn't get grant support, how would individuals support it? So, but those are some of the challenges. Just to acknowledge there are many people, again, these are from all the organizations we've outlined have come through and really have been a part of this whole thing all the way through.